Hello everyone, Nika here with your Daily Neuro Nugget. I hope you're having an amazing Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, most of us, so it's all downhill from here, right? So let's talk about Bethany Funke. Now, if you are one of those people that says that we should not talk about the two victims that are still alive, then this video is not for you. This is your warning to go away, because we are here to get the truth, and that means questioning everything and everyone, especially the two people that were left alive. And we still, to this day, a year and a half into this crime, know very little about Bethany. There's a lot of information, a lot of rumors about Dylan, but Bethany, she has definitely known how to stay in the background of all of this. And I think it is essential that we bring light and that we question very specific things. So before we get started, I will show you my tea of the day. I have this amazing tea. It is elderberry. Can you see the bottom? Elderberry there with echinacea. Now, elderberry, I picked myself. Do not do what I do. This may unalive you if you pick the wrong thing. So I am not a doctor. I don't know anything about plants. I will not be sued. Talk to your doctor before you even think about trying any of this. That is my black box warning. Now, back to this tea. I picked my berries. I dried my berries. I steeped the berries with the echinacea and made this. Now it's cooled down. It's lukewarm because I don't want my glass to explode. But echinacea, I found a very cool study that shows that this floral tasting tea can reduce the odds of us getting a cold by 58%. So preventative, and indigenous people used to use it for fevers and rheumatoid arthritis, and the Egyptians use it topically for beauty because, again, it's very, very high in vitamin C. So if you've had this before, let me know. And elderberries, they just taste really good. They're very sweet, but more tart than sweet. So cheers. If you've had this tea before, let me know down in the comments. And yes, I'm wearing my Grandpa Joe shirt. Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Amazing movie. I want some pajamas like Grandpa Joe. Now, let's talk about Miss Bethany Funke, because, again, if Bethany thinks potentially that Mr. Bryan Kohberger is the criminal, why wouldn't you testify in honor of your friends? Trust me, I understand trauma. I have 2 degrees in psychology, and we all process trauma differently. But nonetheless, yes, it's difficult to do the right thing, but it needs to be done. Whether she has exculpatory evidence that can help save Bryan Kohberger's life, she needs to step up. And if she has opposing evidence saying that, yes, Mr. Kohberger was there and he is involved in one way or another, then again, she needs to step up, because we are here to seek truth and justice. And we understand that the right thing to do, it's not always an easy thing to do, but it needs to be done. So Bethany, please be a good human being. Why can't more people just be good human beings? I understand trauma. If she is traumatized by what took place, still do the right thing. Now, to me, it's just very strange, because if Bethany Funke is as close as people have made it out to seem, if she's as close to the 4 victims, why wouldn't you want to get justice for your friends? Even if it was painful, even if it was traumatic. Am I the only one? I know that there's other people that would do the same. Now, allegedly, her attorney had reached an agreement with the defense team and was interviewed over Zoom. And that was the last time we ever heard about Bethany Funke's alleged exculpatory evidence. So it is my opinion that because she talked to law enforcement, she is most definitely going to get subpoenaed for this trial, if it goes to trial. Now, I think that we need to question what she heard, what she said, what she messaged or texted, and who she messaged, and the times, and what is this exculpatory evidence? Could she have overheard something? We know that Ethan and Xana allegedly were the first to leave the party and go to 1122 King Road, but Bethany Funke stayed behind. So did she witness or hear or see something at the party? Or is the exculpatory evidence maybe something else? Maybe Bethany knows that Dylan Mortensen was potentially under the influence, and that could also affect the outcome of this trial, because if Bethany knows that Dylan was potentially using something, then that can affect how Dylan's testimony is used. So does Bethany Funke hold the key to this crime? What does she know? Let's talk about this exculpatory evidence again. I think she knows much more than she's saying. Does she know who's responsible for this crime? Will she crumble on the stand? Very young, very young. When young people are pressured, when all of us are pressured, even adults crumble when they are on the stand. So all that this Miss Bethany Funke makes me think about is that she's not talking. Why? Is she afraid? And if she is afraid, well, Kohberger is behind bars, right? So why are you afraid still? If she is afraid, does that maybe mean that the person who is actually involved in this crime is still out there? Is this why people are fleeing? We know Bethany is not in Idaho anymore. Did she not leave to Nevada? Is she not engaged? Living life as if the IDAHO4 never took place. Now, yes, we must all move on from the IDAHO4, but they moved on very quickly, in my opinion. Again, we all process trauma differently. So let me know what you think about that. And is there something in the freaking water in Idaho? Because the fact that not one single person has been arrested for the recent attack on Timmy, okay, another fraternity boy that I have covered in another video, okay, despite the fact that there were several witnesses and names of people and faces of people who showed up to his residence to attack him and injured him and broke his nose, that to me says a lot about potentially a law enforcement that is bought and paid for. And it says a lot about the power of the local universities. And it also says a lot about the locals, because one of two things: either they are not taking this seriously because they don't care, or they are not talking due to fear. And both of those things are problematic. There are some people from Idaho that have sometimes messaged me or left comments, and they say that Idaho is this amazing place to live still, and that they say that the IDAHO4 incident was one of, you know, it has never happened before. But then when we look at the Hannah Clear incident, when we look at so many other incidents that have taken place just in Moscow alone, and when I pulled up the statistics yesterday of violent crimes towards people, it's every 27 minutes there's a violent crime in the state of Idaho. I'm not bragging because I live downtown Chicago, and Chicago, we have a lot of crime here, but Idaho seems to have these really weird crimes where nothing ever makes sense, and they have several cold cases as well, and they have a horrible track record with LE. LE hiding evidence time and time again, and it is not just Moscow PD. This is a problem. You guys know that as a veteran, I don't like having to point the finger and say, cops are bad, because they are not. I think a lot of police officers, a lot of military people, and people who do jobs to serve other people, we have good intentions. But when there is one rotten apple, that's all it takes for the whole department to go to SHIT. So they need to be called out. So the right thing can take place, and that is what? That is justice for these 4 beautiful people. That it doesn't matter if the rumors are true about the OnlyFans or them selling substances or whatever, they still did not deserve what took place. Okay, nobody deserves that, I think. But some people say I'm just a hippie, some people deserve it. I don't think so. Even if you are aware of potential consequences, they were still young people who had their entire lives ahead of them. So we're gonna find the truth. It's just a matter of time. And for everything to come to light, I think it is so important that Bethany Funke says what she knows. So it will be interesting to see if she crumbles when the trial begins, if she decides to open her mouth and maybe say who is responsible, or what she heard, or what she knows, or who she knows. So that's it for the day, guys. Not to mention, sorry, ADD, not to mention, does it seem to you that anyone with any connection to this case has just abandoned Moscow? Are they fleeing? If so, why? Why has everybody moved out of state or out of the country? What are they afraid of? That is the vibe that I'm getting. I'm getting a feeling that they are afraid of something or someone, and they don't want to talk. But that's just my opinion. So leave a like if you like this video. Leave a comment. If you leave an emoji for me, you'll make my day, because I'm an emoji type of person. And have a great day.